My video started recording a little late, so watch this. Hello, my gamers and tax evaders alike. Have you ever met a guy that you really fucking hated? You won't shut up about being a Reddit atheist. He keeps telling you stories about atheism. He keeps talking to you about being a flying spaghetti monster, bitch. I'm so good at rapping. I should be a professional rapper. Let me tell you what I've learned from my years of perusing the fucking internet. It's that people have incredibly strong fucking opinions, and they want you to hear them. In fact, they need you to hear them. If you don't, they will literally fucking scream at you into your face until you understand what they fucking think. Now, the concept of religion is something that goes back for fucking thousands of years. It's something that's probably existed as long as mankind has existed. That's not something new. But what has become relatively new is the idea of atheism. Now, I'm sure going back through all time, you'll find atheists everywhere. There's never been a time in history, I'm sure, where every fucking person in a population believed the same exact thing. There were surely people in ancient Greece who didn't think that the Greek gods were real, probably thought that there was nothing up there. Plenty of people like that for all time. But the modern atheist movement has gone in a certain direction where their opinion is the right one, and there is nothing else that will convince them. And I have to point this out. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a God. I'm a hardline atheist. I don't believe in a God at all. But I'm not ever going to talk down to somebody. Now, the problem is I say that now. I'm not anymore. But back a few years ago, multiple years ago, I absolutely was. I was a big-time Redditor back then. And I swear to God, I mean, I was a Redditor. I was on Reddit all fucking day, on my phone, on my computer, all the fucking time, to the point where it embarrasses the fuck out of me to think about those times now. I mean, Christ, I would literally just sit there on Reddit for probably 6 hours every fucking day. And before this, I had been raised a Catholic. That was something that was a big part of my life growing up. I had to do CCD, and that was a very involved fucking thing. I was doing this every single day after school. It sucked dick! I fucking hated it! And I learned a lot about God from CCD. I learned a lot about Jesus, the Old Testament, the New Testament. You know, when God turned an entire city to stone, killed fucking everybody, and they weren't allowed to turn around and look, otherwise they turned to stone, and the mom turned around and looked and turned to stone. The Old Testament God was pretty fucked up. And I fully believed in all of this stuff, just like children believe in Santa Claus. I'm not gonna, again, I'm trying not to talk down to you. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. And then I learned about atheism, which was a new concept to me. I knew about other religions. I knew about Judaism, Islam, all of those things. You know, I had never heard of atheism. I didn't know that you were just allowed to not believe in anything. It fucking blew my mind when I learned this. It was my friend, and I swear to God, 8th grade. She spent way too much time online, and she found herself getting mixed in with the atheist movement, and she dropped her Christian beliefs in order to believe in nothing. And that was fucking shocking to me at the time. Just shocking. It blew my fucking mind. 8th grade! I'm like 12, 13 years old. I've never even experienced this before. Now my friend's coming to me saying, yeah, there is no God, your religion is fake, fuck you. I couldn't believe it. And then when I went to high school, it just got worse. I kept meeting more and more people that were talking about this atheist bullshit, whatever the fuck this was, and I would get into intense fucking debates with my friends where they were trying to get me and say like, oh, well, your religion is stupid and you're wrong. And I'm like, no, you're fucking wrong. Why won't you believe in a God? It doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't there be a God? How are we here? Things like that. And I was a hardline fucking defender of Catholicism, mind you. I believed the fuck out of this stuff. I took it literally, everything I fucking believed. It was so bad that I got nervous to take a shower because I thought God or my ancestors in heaven were looking down and seeing my tiddly twink. My little titty bitty. My cock and balls. I thought my ancestors were taking a look at my cock and balls. Imagine how awkward this got for me when I went through puberty and learned about internet porn. Imagine my shock. But I start using the internet more. My friend introduces me to Reddit, to which I start spending all of my fucking time on that stupid fucking garbage website. And they basically just turned me into an atheist. I fell for the atheism movement, and I still am an atheist to this day. I'm not saying that I don't support atheism, because I 100% believe in atheism, I guess the lack thereof of belief. But it's this interesting thing that happened with the atheist movement online, which never happened throughout the rest of history, where the atheists were talking down to the Christians, whereas through all of history, it was the Christians talking down to the atheists. So it was a whole role reversal there, some kinky shit. And I just gotta throw my fucking opinion into this ring. Number one, you're absolutely allowed to be an atheist. I am allowed to be an atheist. Christians are allowed to believe in a fucking god. Hindus can believe in a whole swath of gods. Is that swaths? Buddhists can believe, like, that there's no god, but, like, you reincarnate and that, like, Buddha's kind of a god, but he's not. Like, I don't know what they believe. But when you get to the point where you get so involved in a fucking movement that there's no other way except for your way, and everybody else is stupid, the villain, the culprit, everything, that's when you get into troubled territory. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, what does it fucking matter if your neighbor next door believes in fucking God and your neighbor next to him believes in fucking Yahweh? It affects you not at all. That is, unless you live in a Muslim majority country where Sharia law is in fact the actual law of the land, in which case it does completely affect you. But luckily I live in the United States and we have freedom of religion. Fuck you. Anyway, I just wanted to go on a little bit of a rant about religion and the online atheist movement. I don't have a whole lot to add other than just looking like a schizophrenic man having a breakdown in his room, can't do anything with himself. In fact, this will probably be my last video ever. Yeah, I'll see you all in hell.